Three, two, one. Yeah, I guess this is my third video, and here we go. Oh, hi, I'm Fritzy, and I'm just talking to myself at a camera. Hi, camera. How you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. Good. Anyway, also hi people, because you're watching, so it actually looks like I'm looking at you. It's a kind of a weird concept for me still. I'm actually not I'm not uncomfortable in front of a camera, but it's still a weird concept to look the camera in the eye. I'm looking at you in the eye. Anyway, so my point of this video number 3, is to talk a little bit about kind of one of my bigger motivations for kind of getting back on doing videos, and that is my Invisalign. See, yeah. So that's weird, right? Truth be told, one of the biggest reasons I have self-sabotaged or haven't pushed myself as much as I really should have over, I don't know, however many years, probably the last 10 years, is because I'm super self-conscious. And obviously getting over that a little bit, if I just did what I just did and showed my teeth at you, I actually feel my heart racing a little bit by doing that. I hate my teeth. Legitimately. And I know some of it is in my head. I know that some of it is like just this mental voice of people making fun of me when I was younger. But there is a part of me that does truly believe that, so say, for example, I'm wanting to go get casted in a movie or something. If a casting director sees me and I'm monologuing at the camera for whatever scene it is, they're gonna look and be like, not this guy, we're gonna pass on this guy based on my teeth. I truly believe that. And I actually do have an agent, and I haven't got any work. And years ago when I went to Vancouver, I had the sole purpose of doing the acting thing, and I had demo reels, but I've always been confident on my performance side of things. You know, of course I've had, moments where I'm a little bit anxious, or I just need to practice a little bit more, but I feel comfortable in front of a camera. However, I am highly insecure on my own teeth, and I am highly I truly believe that, at least in part, that's why I haven't gotten some of the work that I wanted to. Now, not to make excuses, I could have still been doing shit like this. I almost edited myself there and said crap, but I said shit. Yeah. Anyway. And that's something I'm kind of realizing now. Like, it's one of my biggest mental barriers, truly, and I've had to look for new ways to overcome that. And that's partly why I've made videos in the past and then stopped to a degree. And also why, because actually my wife and quite a few other people would suggest, why don't you just talk to the camera? I did have some video where I did that, and I actually hid my face like this. You just watch it. It's like my first vlog video. It's because I was shy of my teeth. Anyway, that's been a big issue, and some months ago, my wife finally convinced me. Basically, I just need to know my wife is kind of my saving grace. She's kind of like that. There's this quote in this movie or TV show we watched. It's actually a horror TV show, The Haunting of Hill House. Anyway, one of the characters, she relates herself to, what was it? A kite. And the husband is the guy that holds her down. I'm kind of like the kite, and my wife is the one that kind of grounds me. Hopefully we're not haunted by ghosts. Anyway, so she finally convinced me to do it, and after pushing back, because to be quite frank, braces, and especially Invisalign, cost a lot of fucking money. And I'm like, I don't make much money, and I'm having a kid coming, and we have all of these other things. Truth be told, it's not necessarily about how much something costs. It's about where you choose to spend your money, in many ways. So it just meant we stopped eating out and stopped eating junk food and crap, and paying attention. So, but it's still a lot of money. So I got convinced, and I went ahead and did it. And I've actually gone to try to get braces a couple times over the years, and I always get super excited. I'm like thrilled because I actually want straight teeth. I actually do. I feel like I mean, if I can present to you guys in this way now, by the time my teeth are straight, I feel like there's nothing going to stop me mentally, I think. I'm sure I have some other demons, so I'll have to work on that over the next few years. But that is one of the biggest obstacles in my head. But yeah, I would go, and I would get super, super excited, so thrilled, and then we'd have to put it off to the side for whatever reason. Like, one of the reasons, the first couple of years ago, was because we were getting married, and it's like, either we spend money on our marriage and, a nice honeymoon, or this. And I chose a nicer wedding. And I don't regret that at all. But I think it's time. So I ended up getting everything set up. They scanned my teeth, signed all the stuff. I was locked in. Cool. So let's say 2 weeks ago now, give or take, I got the braces set up. I now have braces. These things. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe you can't. They're Invisalign. They're invisible braces. They're really kind of cool. But there's a couple difficult things about Invisalign. So the whole thing about Invisalign is you don't see your braces, so you're not embarrassed. I actually really don't care so much, but it's not like normal braces. So normal braces, as far as I understand, you can still, like, if you want to go have some sugary drink or go eat some food, I think you have some restrictions, but you can just go ahead and do it. Just make sure you're good at cleaning your teeth thereafter. Okay. Invisalign, you can't. Invisalign, the only way you can eat food, now you can eat whatever the heck you want, but the Invisalign can't be in. However, the Invisalign needs to be in 22 of the 24 hours. So you're like, oh yeah, that's fine. No, like, when you're eating quickly, time yourself. It probably takes you like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And that's not including all the time you need to, because after you're done, then you need to brush your teeth like perfect. Then you need to floss your teeth like so thoroughly. Then you got to brush them Invisalign trays, because you don't want crap on them. And then you stick them in. So later, it's like 30 minutes later, one meal, and that's you just like. So you can't just be walking down the street and be like, ooh, I want to try this. Ooh, I want ice cream. I actually have a funny story for that, but I'll tell you in a minute. And the reason why you have to clean them so well is, well, they're plastic. Also another kind of disadvantage of them, I think that's just braces, is I slur my words sometimes. It's like I'm a little bit drunk. They're plastic. Yeah. If you know anything about plastic, say you have Tupperware Ziploc containers, and you leave some type of food in there. And then you eat it, you clean it, you smell it, and you're like, why does it still smell like French onion soup? Because plastic absorbs it. So think about that. You have a little bit of food in there and you're like, oh, it's no big deal. No. That little bit of onion in there or that little bit of garlic is going to seep in there and it's going to smell. And you have these things in your mouth for some people it's like 2 weeks. Some people it's like 10 days. Me, it's 10 days. But you think 10 days, I don't want people to be like standing 10 feet away from me. I want my breath to be fresh. Anyway, so that's a bit of a complication. But what's cool about them is, so I got them on, and the orthodontist said to me, okay, now you're committed, but here's the thing. If you have them for 24 out of the 24 hours, your teeth will move great. If you have them for 22 of the 24 hours, your teeth will move great. If you have them in for 20 out of the 24 hours, it'll be okay, but not great. And if you have it for 18 or less, you're basically wasting your time. And I was like, okay. And I think he obviously has given this sort of pep talk, this talk to people every single time. It's probably an issue he's run into or seen people do is they put their Invisalign trays in for 12 hours and their teeth aren't moving at all. So you're just paying a whole bunch of money. And he compared it to getting a gym membership. You know, like Good Life gym membership. I've done this. My wife and I have done this. We've gotten a Good Life gym membership and went to the gym 4 times in the first 2 months. And we're locked down for 2 years and did nothing. I'm not going to tell you how much money I spent on that or how much money we wasted, but it was a lot. You can look it up. It's a lot of money. So with Invisalign, you're locked in. So if you don't do it right, you're wasting your own money. So that was a great motivation. And it helps with my own mental process because I'm struggling with my own mental issues on making videos, actually putting something out there. So I was like, okay, good. The other cool thing is, so when you put these trays in, there's like these little, I call them brackets, or what's another way to say them? I guess brackets, eh? That they just hold your teeth in place around the Invisalign. It causes your teeth to kind of move more accurately to where the orthodontist wants your teeth to go to. Anyway, I'm not going to pull my Invisalign off because it's gross, it's ugly, and it kind of hurts to pull them off. But when you have your braces off, there's like all these little bumps on your teeth. It's like extra enamel. It's kind of gross. It looks ugly and actually kind of hurts. It actually kind of stabs my gum. So that was a nice reminder of like, hey, you should put these back on soon because it's hurting. But it has caused me to basically only eat twice a day and to be very strategic about how I'm eating. It's really useful because for the longest time, it's like I know I need to not have sugary drinks. I know I need to not binge eat on junk food. I know I need to be mindful about what I'm putting in my body. And it's not just because I was told so. No, it's like I wake up and I feel sluggish and I know the reason why. I'm not just like, oh, I feel sluggish. It must be because I'm getting older. I'm 31. It's like, no, I'm 31. Like, that's not old at all. And mentally, I could not get over that leap of, even though I know I shouldn't have this food, the short-term benefit was too great. Even though I know it was wrong, I did not have enough willpower. So these things actually create that extra benefit. I basically drink water. I have a single cup of coffee in the morning. Can't have coffee with these braces on because they'll stain my teeth and then they'll look black, and that again, defeats the purpose. So I have it with breakfast, and that's it. That's it. So I feel, it's been about 2 weeks, so I feel more energetic. But again, kind of relating back to me, how this is kind of pushing me and propelling me forward, because me getting these braces is definitely a motivation, and not just because I have straight teeth. Because I mean, if that was just the case, then I would just sit there on my ass and wait for, it's about a year and a half. So wait a year and a half until my teeth were straight, and then I would get to work. It's like, no. But every day I have to think about this now. I can't go through the motions in my life. I have to be constantly conscious of my Invisalign. You know, oftentimes when I self-sabotage, I'm not actually being conscious of me doing it. I oftentimes will think about it thereafter and realize, oh, damn it, Phil. Here's an example. I was at work, and at one point I talked to a customer about me doing YouTube and stuff and why I like to be creative, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, cool conversation. Then one day he's in and he has his daughter, and he just says, oh, this is my daughter, something, something. She went to school for the same type of thing that I'm doing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And he says that I'm being a blogger. And he's an older guy, so it's like, I don't blog, but sure, like, basically, he paid attention. So the daughter goes to me, hey, like, that's really cool, you do this? And you know what I say? Instead of being like, yeah, I have this channel, blah, 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 blah. No, you know what I say? I say, yeah, but I don't have many subscribers, and I don't really do a whole lot with it. I basically took a shit on my own head. Like a nasty dump on my own head. And it was like a few minutes after I said that, I was like, So back to the Invisalign, it causes me to be more conscious. And I'm hoping that while I'm thinking about this stuff, I can actually be a little bit more self-aware of when I'm talking to people, I'm not just dumping on myself. And another interesting thing about Invisalign is it hurts. Like it's actually painful. I guess because you're moving bone in your face. If you move bone in your face that it's supposed to be locked in forever, it's probably going to hurt. So if any of you think that you want braces but you don't want the pain, then it's not for you. But the nice thing about the pain is it's not so much that it's unbearable. It's just enough pressure. And I have this tendency when I kind of get back onto something and I'm going to be creative. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to do this. I do one of two things. I either do nothing at all, which then nothing happens, or I push so hard that I end up hurting myself. I get burnt out and then I quit. And it would be the equivalent of me like yanking on my teeth as hard as I possibly could, like all fucking day, in hopes that my teeth would be straight. I'd probably at that, if I did that for a week, I'd probably actually just rip my own teeth out like an idiot. And I guess that kind of made me think about what I'm doing here. I constantly, when I push so hard, it's like if I push so hard, I'm basically ripping my own teeth out. I just have to show up. All my braces are doing is just a little bit of pressure. It kind of is uncomfortable. It kind of hurts a little bit. But actually, as you get to day 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, it doesn't hurt as much, and then you put in a new one. So you're kind of like, it's like, you're going to the gym and you're adding another 5 or 10 pounds to whatever sort of workout you're going for. Bench, curls, I don't know. I don't go to the gym. I don't know anything about lifting weights. Anyway, you know what I mean. So I'm excited about it. I'm legitimately thrilled. So yeah, there are some inconveniences. So yeah, story time. Yesterday, here's an idea of how inconvenient they can be. Is we needed to pick up, my wife and I needed to pick up a couple things from Costco. My friends from Vancouver gave us this thing of yogurt, and we really got onto this, like, I don't know, yogurt parfait thing. It's delicious. But anyway, we ran out of yogurt, we ran out of fruit, so we have to go to Costco to get some more. And while we're at Costco, it's like, hey, you know what would be a great idea is, like, get the fries and the chicken and just eat that. And I'll just eat it when I get home. And that's cool. So we're like carrying this thing around, but also we're talking about getting ice cream. We're like, oh, we should get ice cream. And like at first I'm resistant to it, but then I kind of want ice cream. So we're like, let's get ice cream. And, you know, of course, this place, it's like legit ice cream. It's not like the cheap stuff. It's really, really good. It's called Village Ice Cream for Calgary. I don't know. Look it up. It's awesome. But their waffle cones are just to die for. They're so freaking good. So we get the waffle cones, 2 waffle cones, and an open thing of chicken, and a bunch of groceries. And I'm not sure if you know, but ice cream melts. It was like, I don't know, for Americans, 100 degrees. I don't know. It was like 25 degrees Celsius. I can't do conversions. You figure it out. But ice cream was melting, so it's melting all over my wife's hands. And at one point before we left, she's like, well, should we get bowls? And I said, no, we're committing to this, because, you know, like genius here, we're gonna commit to having ice cream melting over our hands. So at one point I ended up like licking the thing even though I had the braces on. I guess I was kind of happy because I knew I was gonna clean my braces once I got home, but we were like ice cream down our hands. We had like chicken and fries kind of covering ourselves while we're like trying to carry the Costco stuff. It's just stupid. So this is why Invisalign helps you be a consistent human. Okay, we're done now. Have a great day. Peace. Love you.